Buenos días, soy Consuelo Ortiz, from Colombia. But I've made Texas my home, hey Colombia, Texas my home for the last 30-something years. I work for Wi-Fi Alliance. I used to be an engineer and a geek. Unfortunately, I dropped that many years ago, so I'm in marketing fluff. So don't ask me really technical questions, but I will be able to guide you to those inside organizations that could address those better than I can right now. Okay, so let's see if this works. Maybe not, maybe not. Okay, maybe I have to do this. Okay, so Wi-Fi Alliance is the group of over 900 companies that get together to align on and define the features that are going to be implemented and therefore tested of the next generations of Wi-Fi capabilities. We are about 900 members, but okay. Oh, that's the wrong way. We are not in Wi-Fi Alliance, we're in a different environment. In reality is that if you want to deploy Wi-Fi, or your Wi-Fi is having issues, or your data is slow, you don't call Wi-Fi Alliance. The guys that are called and then they are supporting everything are you guys, the WLPC attendees, the wireless LAN professionals. So Wi-Fi Alliance has been working to get closer to all of you. I've participated in several of your meetings. Thank you. And I don't know how to make that magic happen, but we this year had a roundtable in Phoenix, and some of you attended, in trying to get insights of what are the issues that you're seeing where you deploy Wi-Fi. We had our member meeting. We have US, Europe, and Asia. The one in Europe was also in Prague. It was last week. And we hosted some of you. We had a panel, or wireless LAN professionals, and we kind of divided them in different areas of expertise: education and healthcare, retail, warehouses, industrial, security. And it was a great and very well received by our members, and it gave them the opportunity to understand different use case scenarios that probably they never thought about, and to have a conversation directly with some of you. So how can Wi-Fi Alliance continue to improve that interaction? I'm here, I'm all ears. My email is later on in the presentation. Text me, email me, and we'll figure out. But we want definitely to get your comments. So we've heard some of the things you said in our meeting in Phoenix, and we expanded our interop events. Wi-Fi Alliance is all about certification, correct? But we've had interop events for technologies like Passpoint, where a lot of the issues are in the deployment. We've had for Wi-Fi location, where we had to really tune the performance of the devices. And we had our first roaming interop event. And roaming is one of those words that could mean different things to different people. It could be roaming between APs, roaming between WPA2 and WPA3, roaming between bands. I mean, there are very many different types to roam. But we had the event simultaneously in 3 locations, in the US, in Beijing, and Taipei. We kind of defined with members in planning sessions the use cases that we were going to, but members also came in with their own use cases that they freely tested. So for this, we really want your insights. If you have a specific use case or something that you would like for us to test in the next interop event, again, I'm all ears and would like to hear that. But going back to the program, I mean, Wi-Fi Alliance presentations are very strict and conservative and stagnated. And I know that your presentations are more dynamic and fun, and but going back to the standard flow, again, we're the companies that align on the features, and we create a certification to ensure interoperability. We also work a lot around security and promoting Wi-Fi in general. So lately, I mean, Wi-Fi Alliance has been very involved in pushing 6 gigahertz. As Dave was saying, that is a great change for the Wi-Fi industry. We have a brand new highway for us to use with new applications. We certify devices in Wi-Fi 6E. There's a great forecast for them this year. We are working on Wi-Fi 7, but we also enable or work very close with AFC. Wi-Fi Alliance was help the industry define the AFC specification that is going to be leveraged globally. It's been leveraged by AFC, by Canada, and other regions. In order to promote the ecosystem, Wi-Fi Alliance also started an AFC service. And we are working with regulatory and making sure that we free the Wi-Fi 6 spectrum in all the regions of the world. The Wi-Fi 7 certification is coming next year. So if you see our logo misused, saying Wi-Fi 7 certified, no, it's not there yet. And I've seen some of them here. So just wait for it. So a lot of you have already talked about Wi-Fi 6 and Wi-Fi 7, and you know the technology better than I do, so I'm not going to spend any time just reminding everybody that Wi-Fi 7 is coming soon. We are in the process of completing the final touches to a specification. The test plan is already underway. We started testing, so the certification should be available at the beginning of next year. But there are other programs or capabilities or features that you don't hear about because I think this group is more interested on the PHYs and what we're actually deploying. But there are some things that we created because we noted that the industry is becoming more performance-driven, and it's not so much about throughput, but I have my customers are happy and they're streaming the movies that they want to stream. We have created a few things, and I may have mentioned this before, but this is a reminder to all of you. So one of them is device metrics. It's not a certification program, it's just a plain test plan. It was driven by the operator and ISP community that wanted to have a way to characterize devices for a particular use case, or for particular use cases. And it's available. It's available for the public. You don't need to be a member. You can go and download it if you want to. Amendments will continue to be made to that program, and it's just a guideline, particularly for, as I said before, to ISPs and operators that wanted to know what to test or how uniformly test all the vendors. We have Wi-Fi certified QoS management. So QoS management, we started a while back with WMM. I don't know if you remember that. WMM, we don't talk about it anymore because it's mandated by every single PHY. So it's basically how can we ensure the same quality of service for the different IP streams that we may have and ensure that that information is carried across the networks. So it's Wi-Fi, it's IP, it's 5G. So we have a program that does that, and you can check it out. The other one is Wi-Fi data elements. Wi-Fi data elements extends TR-181. So it basically is a data model. We created a set, or we defined a set of key parameters that identify Wi-Fi health in a way to standardize the way every vendor was kind of reflecting them. And it could be used to monitor the health of our Wi-Fi network as well as to do some remote corrections. So keep those in mind. The other thing that I wanted to mention, and is very close to my heart, is Passpoint. Passpoint is a program that was ahead of its time. So I think it was first released in 2012 or 2014, before my time in Wi-Fi Alliance. And since the get-go, it required protected management frames. It is based 802.11, remember, 1x. I'm sorry, I blew it. 802.1x. And it is the foundation for data offload. A lot of our carriers in the US and Europe use Passpoint devices, and most of the phones already have Passpoint, the core of Passpoint enabled. I think I had 15. The core of Passpoint enabled. It is a foundation for open roaming from WBA, a sister organization. Some of the cellular vendors use it for Wi-Fi calling, so when you shift between cellular and Wi-Fi calls. So it's a key technology that you should keep in mind. We made some changes. There was a portion of Passpoint that we implemented, that it was the OSU. It wasn't widely adopted by operating systems. Clients do the ways they want to do it, not necessarily the way we want them to do it. So it was removed, but the core of the technology is there, and it is already in most of the clients in the market. I don't want to say 100%, but it was 99.9%. And it is supported by all operating systems, Apple, iOS, Android, and Windows. The core is. So moving ahead, the other area of interest right now for us is IoT. And there are a lot of things that are happening. Of course, we have generational Wi-Fi. I didn't want to put the numbers because in IoT, we have a huge mix. We started with Wi-Fi 4. There's Wi-Fi 5. We've seen a lot of Wi-Fi 6 adoption. I'm sure there are some that will be Wi-Fi 7. But we have another technology that is not so commonly known, and is Wi-Fi Halo. And Wi-Fi Halo is sub 1 gigahertz, 900. It is longer range, low power, ideal for IoT and industrial IoT applications. We also have a relationship with CSA. So Matter requires Wi-Fi certification. We work closely with them, probably as close as we do with WBA. So we have regular meetings between members and teams in order to keep in sync with the technology. Now, I heard a lot of discussions about warehouses, and I thought that I could say, imagine if you could cover an entire big area, maybe with 1 or 2 APs, and that is Wi-Fi Halo for you. So the range of Wi-Fi Halo is 1 kilometer. And it could support multiple cameras. There are several companies, semiconductor companies and device vendors that already have implementations for Halo. So check it out. It's something that could reduce wiring in warehouses, but again, it's a different frequency. So it will be creating a network of IoT-based devices and sensors. So going back to, is it going to build it? Our standard message, WiFi Alliance wants to connect everything, everywhere, all the time. We work to promote Wi-Fi. We work to promote Wi-Fi security. We are a resource to you guys. If you have issues, questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And I will personally continue to figure out ways to continue to interact with this community. Thank you.